Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to start off by telling you guys a little tidbit about what just happened here. Was it yesterday or the day before? You know, my face is still swollen from having that tooth cut out of the back of my mouth. And 10 o'clock at night, I'm laying in bed with an ice pack on my face when my neighbor came running over. The wife came running over, naked from the waist down, literally. She had no pants on, screaming for help. So I go running back over there to find her husband, a man in his 40s, in complete cardiac arrest. He was already gray, eyes open, staring off into nothing, no breathing, no pulse. Children in the house, the daughter saw what was happening, a horrible situation, young children. It started CPR, the ambulance came, they managed to resuscitate him, but of course we don't know how long he went without oxygen. So I am asking every single person who watches this today to throw up a prayer for this man, his very young wife, his two very young elementary aged children. You know, I can't even imagine what they're going through, and I'm scared to death of what the outcome is going to be. So those thoughts would certainly be appreciated. All right, the rest of this video, we've got some of your comments about some of the stories. We've got a few updates, and then we're going to do a story on Sophie. She has been blessed with another title. Good for her. So let's just jump right in with both feet and get going, shall we? Let's go. One of my followers, Kitty AB, posted a comment on yesterday's video pointing out that Neil Sean said that the reason Harry and Meghan did not come to Philip's Thanksgiving service and they won't attend any more family events is because the royal family refused to give a royal baptism for Lily. I have no problems believing that. And I also believe, as it was stated above, that had they wanted a private baptism with just the family, it would have been fine. But knowing Harry and Meghan, they would have wanted the whole Netflix crew there. And I don't see how that would have worked. How can you call the family racist and say they were rude to you and then want to go be around them and have your daughter baptized with them? Like, I just don't understand that thinking. Okay, moving on. All right, this next update, remember I showed you how Andrew walked the Queen, rode with the Queen, and then walked into the church and helped her to her seat. And people were all in an uproar and took the attention away from where it should have been and instead focused on the fact that Andrew was present, completely ignoring the fact that this was a service of Thanksgiving for his own father. This is Philip, this is Andrew's father. And the person he helped down the aisle was his mother. People seem to just forget that. And everybody was saying this was Andrew's way of worming his way back in and, blah, blah, blah. No, they've made it very clear that this was just something for his father and his mother, and he's not attending public events. So for all of you who shifted the focus, all of you media people who shifted the focus, you should be ashamed of yourselves. All right, moving on. All right, you guys, this next story is the kind of thing that gets floated by Harry and Meghan's PR team whenever there's something they want to be invited to, like the Oscar thing. They kept floating that they'd been invited and yes, they were going to present an award, and then come to find out that was completely untrue. Well, we know that the Beckham's son is engaged and there's going to be this huge wedding. And so now these kinds of stories are coming out. They might be invited. They may receive an invitation. You have to really read these to get what's happening. Let me just remind you guys of something. Meghan asked Victoria Beckham for freebies and clothing, and Victoria Beckham said, no, I don't do that. And then not long after that, Meghan accused Victoria Beckham of leaking information, which created a big fight between David Beckham and Prince Harry, and here they had been good friends. Their friendship suffered. And may I remind you that when Harry and Meghan got married, Victoria and David Beckham went to the wedding, but they were not invited to the afternoon reception. So why they think they're going to get an invitation to the son's wedding, I can't even fathom, especially knowing that if they come, they'll make sure that they're the full, have the full attention of the paparazzi and that they're the ones that everybody is looking at, because that's the kind of stuff they do. I don't believe for 1 second that the Beckhams are going to invite them to their son's wedding. Sorry, don't think it's going to happen. And in my opinion, this is where karma comes into play. Like, Meghan went out of her way to ruin Harry and David Beckham's relationship. Now they want an invite to this star-studded wedding. Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to happen. All right, moving on. All right, next up, I told you guys before it was out in the media that Jada Pinkett Smith was laughing after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. And now, of course, the video has come out mainstream. You can find it anywhere. It's on Twitter. It's like all over the place. Yeah, so now she's putting out tweets about healing. But the truth is, she was laughing when her husband did that. She's just as bad as he is. All right, moving on. All right, next really quick story. William and Kate got to see the first screening of the Top Gun sequel. Apparently, Tom Cruise learned that they were big fans, and so they arranged it in a theater with just a few family members and some close friends. Apparently, they really loved it. It's coming out in theaters in May. All right, moving on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally on to the big news of the day, or what I consider to be the big news of the day. Sophie, Countess of Wessex, I still have trouble saying it. Sophie was given a title, and it was one of the titles that Prince Philip had. Very big honor for her. She was given the new title of Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, which is a role that was previously held by Prince Philip. She looked absolutely gorgeous in this plum-colored wool mini dress from a company called Roxanda. I've never heard of that. A label that apparently Kate loves also. And I think it's fabulous that she's getting some of the honors after all these years. I think she's deserved it. Apparently, Prince Philip held this title for like 50 years. That's a very long time. So congratulations to her. And I'm really glad that she's starting to take on more roles. She's always been pivotal. She's never put a toe out. I mean, not for a long time anyway. But I feel like Harry and Meghan leaving thrust her into the spotlight. Obviously, she had to fill some of the gaps that was left behind by their leaving. And so now she's getting the recognition that has always been her due. Good for her, and congratulations on her new role. All right, the next little thing we're going to touch on before we finish up for today is I got a comment, as you can see, from Charlotte Yoke, who said, can someone confirm if Shams Don't Care channel has been taken down by YouTube? Apparently, she's another YouTuber. I have not heard of her, but of course, that doesn't mean anything. Then I got the following email. Apparently, as you can see, there was a live chat with the Duchess of Sussex, and Shams was in it and some other people were in it, and then all of a sudden she was just gone. I did try to look her up on YouTube, and no, I cannot find her. So it would appear at this time that yes, her channel has also been shut down. So let me have those comments, because you know I love to read them. What do you think about Jada Pinkett Smith sitting and laughing after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock and it was caught on camera? What do you guys think about Meghan and Harry trying to get an invitation to the wedding for the Beckham son? You know what I'm talking about. What do you think about William and Catherine getting in to see the next sequel to Top Gun? And finally, towards the end here, what do you think about Sophie getting another appointment? I just feel so happy for her. Good for her. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to follow me on Getter. Don't forget you can email me. Keep those comments coming. I'm watching them. And one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, I will not be doing a video for Sunday. I'm taking the day off, okay? Don't forget that. All right. Have a great day.